Hey guys, my name is Piyush and this is the third video of the playlist where we are learning ReactJS end to end. So in this particular video, I'm going to explain you the flow of ReactJS, meaning that I'm going to explain you the files and the flow of execution in the code. Let's quickly understand this. So this is the very first folder, node module. What is this folder and what are the responsibility of node module folder in our ReactJS application? So node module, right? So whenever you are installing some package using npm install or yarn add, right, in that case whatever the package you're installing, this will come inside this node module folder. So in that case, all the required set of code for that package, it will automatically come inside this node module folder. And here we have the package.json file, which basically tells you what dev dependencies you have installed and what are the script you wrote to execute command, not directly, indirectly. There are dependencies, there are dev dependencies, there are a lot of other things, like you can make it private, true, false, version, name, lot of other things. Second folder is nothing but the public folder, where we can see this and favicon, index.html, logo, and manifest.json file, and robots.tsx file. It's a normal tsx file. So what are the responsibility of this folder and what is exactly this folder? So basically it holds the public asset of the application. So let's say you want to use some assets. Assets are nothing but which you want to use in your project, like images, like svg images or something. So those kind of things you can basically put inside the public folder. So basically it holds the public asset, which might be the image or svg image or something else, right? Or maybe some text or html. Next we have src. What is src? At src you can see when we are expanding it, we can see a .css file, .js file, .test.js file, many other file like svg or something, right? So in this folder you can see this app.js file, right? App.js file is the very main file, very main important file, you can say. So app.js is responsible to show the output of the React application. Now this app.js file is the whole sole responsible to show output of your application. So you can see this div, right? Maybe in later point of time you will be renaming this file, okay? But for now, app.js file is the main file. It will show you the output of your application. Okay, got that? In the CSS file, basically you will be writing your CSS kind of stuff. Test.ts or test.js file is nothing but, so it's a test file where you are going to write your unit test cases. Okay, svg, you know, right? When you want to use some svgs, you can basically create some svg file where you can put some svg code there. Okay, I'm not going to explain other files because these can contain some logical part of stuff, or it can contain some class based component or functional based component, meaning that can contain components where you are going to utilize that component to the main file, might be. Okay, other than src we have git ignore. This file will basically help you while you are pushing some code into the Bitbucket and you don't want to push those files. You want to let git know what file should ignore while you're pushing the code or committing the code. This file is nothing but having the responsibility to ignore the files which you are mentioning over here. By default, when you create your application using create react app, you will get this file. This package.json is nothing but the JSON file, you can consider it. So JSON is nothing but overall object. Okay, inside the object we have name, version, private, and dependencies. Again we have the scripts. You know, right? When I started the application environment, right, so I hit that command, right? npm start is nothing but I am using this npm script start command internally. So you can write the scripts and you can basically inside the key you can write your original command, okay, so that you can use some shortcuts like npm start, npm build, npm test, npm eject, instead of writing the complete react script and then start. Okay, next we have ESLint configs, where you can define ESLint rules. Okay, and next we have browsers list, right? So I'll be explaining this in the later point of time. Per the current requirement, we don't need to even consider this browser list, but when the requirement will come, definitely I'll be explaining this browser list, okay, with example also. So here we are good with the understanding. So now we are good with this video. So I hope you will like this video. In the next video I'll be explaining you all about React features, pros and cons. Okay, in the features definitely I'll be explaining you many things like what are the JSX components, like performance, how we can increase the performance, how we can create some common components, because that the next video is also very much important for you all. If you are starting React from very basic, you don't know anything about React, you want to start something, right? So you should also get to know what are the terminologies are in the React, and we should know every basic thing about React before starting implementing the code. So in the next video I'll be explaining you React features. So till then, take care and subscribe to the channel right now. I'll see you in the next video.